Hi, I'm Jeremiah Lyman, and thank you for joining us on our 4th episode of Seed to Story. We're going to be meeting with Dre Taylor, the founder of Nile Valley Aquaponics here in Kansas City, Missouri.
All right, yeah, my name is Dre Taylor, founder here of M2M Community Foundation, Nile Valley Aquaponics, 100,000 pound food project here on 29th in Wabash, Kansas City, Missouri. We have a greenhouse here. It was 5 lots that we sitting on here. So we had 2 that was donated to us, and we had 3 we got from City Land Bank. It was 18 trees on the property. We cut down 18 of those trees and repurposed 5 of those trees to reuse and use as tables and benches that we utilize on the property. We also took a table or milled a table out, and it's at the office across the street at 2905 Wabash, the second house there that we own here at the property. So it's like a multi-purpose space, an office, a bathroom in there. We do meetings in there, and we're going to try to put a commercial kitchen in there to teach people how to do food demonstrations, cooking classes, and things of the sort with the product that we have in Nile Valley.
Nice, man. Excellent. So when did you get this started?
We started building in 2015. That's when we got the land, and that's pretty much when we started knocking down the trees, adding more soil, trying to just get the land graded and things of that nature.
Excellent. I guess we'll just take a little walk around and kind of just go through and tell us what you got going on here. So you got all kinds of different plants.
Yeah, different types of things. We got some tortinos, like tomatoes. A lot of Mexican cuisines use those.
Yeah.
We've had some raspberries back the other direction. We got some green beans. We're starting up on the wall. Some peppers, some onions. We have tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes inside of here. And this is all free for people in the community to come get whenever they want to get it.
Nice.
And so they get here, they come and pick whatever they want to pick it. We help maintain everything. And so basically community portion. So it's part of our security where we don't have to worry about nobody breaking in, stealing food, because they can come out here and get the food for free out here. So
that's amazing.
Get a lot of community watch. People watch the property and make sure nothing happens. And so it's been a win-win for us in the community.
That's cool, man. That's really cool how you've been able to like come to this area, which a lot of people don't understand. It's kind of a food desert, and it's hard to get nutrition and just your day-to-days. So it's really cool that you were able to do this. It takes a lot of bravery too at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you start off by, introducing yourself to the neighbors and tell them what you plan on doing, including them. So we had a lot of people from the neighborhood, kids and residents to help volunteer on the property. So, you include them, make them feel a part of what's going on. And so, like I said, it's been a win-win for everybody here.
Right. That's cool, man.
So inside of here, we have the food that we sell inside of here. So the food outside is the food that we give away, and they come pick whatever they want to pick. Right. And then the food inside of here is the food that we sell. So we have basically radishes, green onions, Swiss chard, dill, thyme, parsley, tomatoes, peppers, and some other things, some moringa. So we're growing moringa, which is like called a tree of life. It's a tree that actually grows in Africa, India, and South America. So it heals a lot of illnesses and diseases. So we're trying to teach people holistically how to heal themselves and grow certain foods that's nutritional for their health and other things.
Very nice. Yeah, I've read about how it has a lot of medicinal properties.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, that's out there. I mean, a bench that came from the property. So we milled that down from Urban Lumber. They milled it for us. And so we have some slabs of oak and walnut in the back.
Nice.
And so the table across the street is actually walnut.
Okay. Very good. So I'm guessing, this is your actual aquaponics facility, and you do fish and plants.
Yeah, we have fish and plants in here growing. The temperature's been brutal this winter, so
Right.
going into the fall, we'll be able to do a lot more plants inside of here than actually what's going on now.
Very nice. So tell me a little bit about your process of, how the fish um, basically are part of the growing process.
So aquaponics is growing fish and vegetables in the system. The fish waste is the nutrients for the vegetables. So you feed the fish, they poop and they pee. You pump that water up to the gravel bed, and as the gravel water goes to the gravel, it cleans the water out and also provides nutrients to the plants, and the plants are able to grow in that system. It comes back to the fish as a self-circulating ecosystem and use 90% less water than traditional farming because the water just circulates back and forth.
Right. And so
we have about 25,000 fish in here. We got a dead one over there. You'll have a floater every now and again.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get them out. I don't see them up here, but I feel them.
Nice. And how, I see there are a lot of different sizes, so that must mean there are a lot of different ages, but what size to get to, like about a pound?
Yeah, we have some pounders in there.
Yeah.
Some pounders and above inside of there. So different sizes. So we just have to really drain the water and take some of them out. I have a patented system here. And so we're breeding insects as well called black soldier fly larvae. And we're breeding those insects to feed to our fish. We probably got about 1 million plus of these insects in here. It's about 40% protein, 30% fat. Also has calcium and a natural antibiotic in them that the medical industry uses for certain illnesses.
Okay.
And so the patent is I can control them from crawling in or have them stay inside. And so naturally, when they're ready to turn into a fly, they'll crawl into the gutter system. They try to crawl to a higher level to this gutter system, and that's when they turn black. And then we have water running through here. As the water runs through, it comes back to this empty section here. We'll take these, black right here, and we'll put them in a room back in the back where we're actually breeding them. So they'll breed and have close to 500 to 900 babies every time they breed. So it's a 45-day life cycle with these insects. And so we'll breed them. They'll have eggs. They'll hatch out in 3 to 4 days as eggs. And then about 5 days after that, after feeding them, we'll put them inside this system and just start it over again.
Excellent.
And so, like I said, it's a way to do away from commercial fish food. You're feeding them something more healthy, something they would eat in nature. And so trying to have a system like that going.
You ever have guys that come over and use them for going to fish?
Not yet. We haven't started selling them yet. We
Okay.
will start selling them pretty soon.
Nice. 'Cause I know this is a great bait for fishing. And
Yep.
yeah. I don't know if exactly the same, but is this the type of fly that's at places like the Little Blue Store over on Swole
No,
Parkway?
these are different, I believe.
Okay,
I don't
not
think
a
they
wax
have.
fly.
Nah, not a wax fly or a mealworm. It's a black soldier fly larva.
Soldier fly. Okay.
And so they eat about 2 pounds per square foot. So we get coffee grounds that's in that bag over there, and we put the coffee grounds inside of here. We mix with a little bit of water, have a moisture content, and they pretty much eat their coffee grounds. And they make a compost, and they also make like a liquid. And this is what liquid is here. It's called leach, and that leach is like a natural insect repellent. And so that's why you don't see a lot of insects flying around or regular flies flying around there, because they don't want to get messed with it because of that natural insect repellent. So we have some larvae in there now that got through the cracks and ended up in there.
Cool.
So we have floating rafts over here, some basil. We started harvesting the stuff, and so these are all floating upside there. We got plants up there floating. The pump is off. I gotta work with this pump tomorrow, get it turned on to see how it actually works with the water flowing back and forth. Just some marigolds, some basil, some more basil, some basil that should be harvested. It's coming over the side.
And so these are also all things you're selling to the community.
Yep, pretty much.
And when someone comes by and they're interested in buying stuff from you, how does that work? You set
They
it up
come
with them?
here from Tuesday to Friday, 10 to 5, and then Saturday from 10 to 3 or 4.
Okay.
We're here on Saturday.
Nice.
So they come and just buy the products, and we get it to them.
Nice, man. Excellent. And when they come, do you just have like a list of things you sell, or do you kind of let them walk
Yeah,
around?
we have a list of things. We let them know what we have, and so they just buy it. We'll have it set. We usually have a table set outside, so they can pretty much buy it outside.
Nice.
And then you know, some things is just in the system that's fresh. We can just pull it out for them right then and there. So
nice, like greens and things like that.
Yeah, we try not to have as much traffic come through here because it is food and, you know, food safety and things of that nature. So we try to prevent, you know, a lot of things that could take place with a lot of traffic coming through.
Mm-hmm. And now, do you take donations of any type? Like you said, you have coffee grounds. Do you?
Yeah, we work with a local roastery, and they bring the coffee grounds here. So we've pretty much been using that to feed to the insects. They'll pretty much eat anything. If we have a dead fish, we'll throw it in there. They'll eat them and consume them about a couple hours.
Nice.
Different plants or raw vegetables that went bad, they'll eat it pretty much. Like I said, they'll eat anything. I went to Guangzhou, China to learn how to breed them commercial level. So they was pretty much feeding them pig manure. And it takes usually about 6 months for these insects or 6 months for pig manure to compost so it's usable. And so these insects are able to compost it and eat it in about 3 weeks time period. So it eliminates a lot of issues with hog waste and pig waste and converting it to insect protein for chickens, pigs, or reptiles.
So tell me a little bit about, you said you went to China.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just tell me about going to China. Are you doing training or research? Or?
Yeah, China. I went to China to learn how to breed these things on a commercial level. Mm-hmm. And so I've been messing with them since 2014 and just wanted to get a little bit more serious about them. And they was the world's largest breeder of these insects. So said if I wasn't going to learn them, I was to learn from the best who's doing it. So that's pretty much where I went to China and learn how to breed these insects on a commercial level, see what they were doing. And that's sort of where we have like that insect room back in the back where they're actually breeding back there. So I got about 10,000 flies flying back there breeding. And so that's pretty much what's going on back there is they're breeding and keeping this process going on and on. So.
Yeah, it seems like kind of another level of someone who's, you know, wants to do a little bit of aquaponics. You're like taking it to another level, you know, you're trying to perfect it.
Yeah, I look at aquaponics as, you know, you find issues and problems. How do you solve those issues and problems? So, you know, if I got 25,000 fish and I want to get them to a pound, I got to feed them about 50,000 pounds of feed. And so how do I eliminate that by, you know, figuring it out? So that's why I'm breeding my insects here. How do I maximize my space inside the greenhouse? I'm going 4 tiers tall inside the greenhouse. So I'm taking a 4,500 square foot greenhouse to maybe close to 20,000 square feet by using vertical space in here growing. You know, we want to get solar. We're going to tear this building down actually and try to put 3 more buildings up. Event space so we can hold like events, farm-to-table dinners, workshops. And we're going to do a shipping container where we want to sell our stuff so have our own market on site. Excellent. And so we're looking at different ways and trying to make like a urban franchise model that's modular in design, that's scalable. So if you want to do a 30 by 150 or a 30 by 60, you can do that, you know, with the model we're trying to produce. Okay. And so we're trying to create like the first urban franchise model. So we're working with the HOK architectural design firm as well as Black & Veatch on creating that model to be duplicated.
Nice. Very nice.
So hopefully by spring next year, everything will be up and running. So that's our goal, is to get it to more of a system, getting away from wood, getting to metal where it's more modular in design instead of saying how many nuts and bolts you have to get. It's all racking system where anybody can pretty much put it together.
Excellent. Cool. And what made you get into this? I mean, tell me a little bit about that.
I met a guy named Will Allen in 2011. My uncle told me about aquaponics around the same time, and I found out Will was coming here, and so in 2011, I went to a workshop. Me, my grandfather, my uncle, we attended the workshop. We built a small little 4x4 foot aquaponics system. We all went home and built our own individual aquaponics system. And so pretty much been doing it for about 7, 8 years now. 2013, I started a mentoring program called Males to Men. I wanted to teach the boys how to be self-sufficient, grow food, entrepreneurship. So I said, you know what about aquaponics? Let me include that. 2014 hit. I went to Milwaukee. I seen Will's setup. He had about 20-something greenhouses. He had goats, he had chickens, he had all this stuff going on, feeding the community and people in the area. And so I said I wanted to do the same thing. And so in 2015, it's pretty much when I got started. Me and my boys built a small little aquaponics system in a basement where we were mentoring at the Mary Kelly Center. We used to bring funders down to that basement. It was like a 8-foot grow table, a 100-gallon fish tank. And people was able to see how aquaponics worked with the fish we had in the tilapia. We had black certified larvae inside the room. People seen the concept and start believing in it and learn how to write grants. And that's pretty much how we got started with doing this here.
Nice. Excellent. This is really inspiring, man. I every time I see your posts on social media, you know, it's like kind of a diamond in the rough, you know, as far as the whole, not just in Kansas City, but even the Midwest, you know.
Right.
Someone like you doing this is something to be looked at, you know, and considered, and how much you're helping the community. It's really impressive. And I like to encourage people to get out here, you know, if they have time, to just see what you're doing and, you know, eat your food and just be a part of it if they can, you know. And, thank you very much for, you know, taking time today to do this. And I would still like to kind of walk around the rest of your property, just kind of take a little bit more pictures. And
yeah, that'll work. Yeah, come out 29th and Wabash. We're here, Nile Valley Aquaponics on Facebook. It's www.nilevalley.aquaponics.com. You can get a hold of us. We got a class coming up in October. You can go to the website and figure out, you know, the day. I don't even remember the day. We're having 2 classes, but we'll be teaching people how to grow food, how to do aquaponics in a small home system. We're going to show people how to build a greenhouse under $500 for like 30 by I think 60 feet. A greenhouse under $500. Mushrooms and grant writing, how to write grants. And so we'll be doing that class in October, and we'll probably get into maybe November as well with those classes. So we're encouraging people to come out.
Okay. Will these be grants just towards this type of concept, or?
Yeah, pretty much grants towards this concept, but also, you know, the basic of grant writing. You know, I'm not a grant writer, but I wrote all the grants for here. And so if I can do it, pretty much anybody can do it.
Cool.
And so just learn the basic essentials of grant writing and where to look for resources at. So if you want to learn, come on out, and I think it'll be beneficial to those in the food systems.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Excellent. And I noticed you had, I don't know if it's still here, but you had kind of like a picture of what you thought this place was going to look like, your vision for it. You still have that?
Yeah. That's the model I was speaking of, as far as the model to be duplicated and implemented. Yeah, that's the model the HOK came up with, and so that's what we're trying to get to. Like I said, franchisal model to be duplicated, implemented. So we'll have a pond in there, kids can actually fish. We're going to go to more of a commercial style aquaponics system. A lot of automation in there, so you can do your water tests and everything else. You'll get all updates from your smartphone, the temperature, the humidity, and you can do something with the insects inside there as well. So
some groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah, some groundbreaking things we'll be doing. Like I said, trying to be on the cutting edge of some things we're doing with the aquaponics system and other stuff. So
is this like one of the most things you're excited about right now, or?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I want to get that franchise model where it can be duplicated in other cities, and it means to understand that people want to do this in other cities and see your whole concept get built somewhere else. You know, that'll be, you know, the ultimate piece of what I'm trying to accomplish. So
farming is changing.
Yeah,
like
it's changing. It's changing. Water usage is decreasing. Land is not being utilized. So trying to show people a different way to do different things.
Right. And these are your goats you have. What kind of goats are these?
These are Nigerian dwarf goats. And so this is, like I said, it was 18 trees on this property. It was houses here. We actually dug up like a stove or a refrigerator when we was digging for the electrical lines here. So this is where they used to bury the houses as opposed to pulling up all the stuff. So now they take all the house that they demolished and they take it off the property. Back then they just used to put it buried underneath the ground. And so we had a lot of stuff, bottles, clothes, and things of that nature with to dig up from the property here. So we're going to redo this whole area here. This is going to look totally different a year from now. Yeah. We're going to build a makeshift greenhouse over there. And so we'll do some low tunnels, and then we'll do another greenhouse on top of that just for the winter until we get the other greenhouse up and going. So we'll have a class on building that small greenhouse over there, in October and then in November.
Very nice. You said today you're getting ready to do a class. You have a mentoring.
Yeah, I had a mentoring class. I forgot it was a holiday today, but got a mentoring class. I got about 50 boys we mentor at the house across the street on 29th and Wabash, 2905 Wabash, the second house there. Cool. And that's where we mentor the boys are at. And so they also work at the city market doing what's called Veggie Valet. And so Veggie Valet, they help people with their groceries and they earn tips out there. So they're able to make anywhere from $20 to $90 in 4 to 6 hours working at the city market.
Very nice. So you're selling some of your produce down there, or?
They're just working down there. We're contract out with the city market, and they're just basically just helping other people with their vegetables down there.
Oh,
we'll
really
probably
cool.
Sell down there probably next year, or create our own market here. So we'll have to transport our vegetables and things of that nature.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. So I guess just to kind of end the day, just tell us one more time, like if you're interested in finding out more about you can go on different things.
Yeah, website NileValleyAquaponics.com, Facebook Nile Valley Aquaponics. You can Google Nile Valley Aquaponics and see maybe 10 pages on different stories and things people wrote about it, and learn more about us. And they will contribute or donate. Go to the donate page, and it helps support us paying kids working here. If you go to the page on the website, you'll see how many kids worked here over the summer and participate. So we pay those kids and not just volunteering. And so we're teaching about, working hard and earning money. So if you believe in the project and want to support it, and workshops and the classes and the tours we do, support the page, Nile Valley, and go donate.
Excellent, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.